Hi everyone, this is Roxas1359. Finally doing something that I had promised that I would have done a long time ago. The skill point video for Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. This episode, I'm going to be taking on all of the skill points that are in the Summer Forest. Which, starting off with Idle Springs. Idle Springs is towards the end of the level. As you can see, I cut to right there. What you have to do is by the Hula Girls, where you had to supercharge them off their idols, you have to fly from the highest point onto that idol head right over there. You'll know that you did the skill point right because a little ching will play, and you will get a life. Doesn't say that you got a skill point, they fixed that for Spyro 3. Alright, so, next up, we're going to head off to Colossus, and we're going to do some hockey. Oh boy, that one is a lot of fun. So, getting now. Anyway, for this one, it's a bit of a pain because you have to do the first hockey match first. So, what we have to do in this one to get this skill point is we have to get a perfect game. To get a perfect game, you just have to score 5 goals against the goalie. As you can see, I have the Super Flame power-up, which means I have 100% on my file for this game. The Super Flame power-up helps make a lot of these skill points easier. It makes some of them a bit more difficult. It's actually interesting to note that for this one, this is the second recording that I had done for this one, and then the first one I had actually done extremely well. But for some reason in this one, it just took me a lot longer. I don't know why. So, you get to see me beat up a guy for a while, kind of fail at hockey. Maybe it was also because I was talking with Link's Paradox in the Afro Battler at this time. For the record, if my voice sounds a bit off, please note that I am a bit sick right now. And also, this is actually, if you haven't guessed already, this is post-commentary, and I'm going to be trying to get back into the swing of things for my projects. I have a few things recorded already. Those are going to be post-commentary videos. I don't know exactly when they're going to show up. The reason for all these delays is simply because school and everything, and also my health has been really, really bad. I mean, really bad as of late. For like the last 2 months. So anyway, as you can see, it's taking me forever to just score a second goal on this guy. It's just pathetic. It's actually interesting too in this take because the goalie actually scores in on himself. I believe it's the third goal that I get it on, that the goalie actually scored it on himself. And I was rather laughing because I didn't think that he could actually do that. Some of these skill points just take some time. None of them are particularly hard, but some of them are. Anyway, that's what happens if you try to cheat. You instantly spit out the puck. So, obviously, Insomniac knew people like me would come around and try to cheat the system, trying to get a skill point. Curses, they thought ahead. Unfortunately, though, I have no idea why it is taking me so long just to do this. Come on past me! Why is it that you suck at hockey so much? Never mind the fact that you've only gone ice skating one time. I really need to go ice skating more. Another thing I was joking around about was that I was going to play a song from the Mighty Ducks while I was doing this, but unfortunately I don't want to invoke the copyright. So there we go, that is 2. Don't worry, the rest of it, it was only that second one that was taking forever for me to score in on. Watch, I score in the goalie, and the goalie scored in on himself, because he's tried to pass it to his player who was inside his goal. Genius AI. I didn't think that I could actually do that, and I rather laughed a lot when that happened. Alright, so, get the puck again. The easy strategy to do is just to go to the left and the right because the goalie can't keep up with you too much and then just spit it in. You could also try to just instantly take it in, but just gotta be careful. Anyway, now we just need one more goal, and then we are set, and we're just about to get it. So, just swing around, wait for the person, and shoot it in, and there you go. That is a skill point for you.
Well done. Have this. If you stare at it long enough, you might not see any.
Oh, that's not good. So, where are we heading off to next? We're going to head off to Hurricos. And what is Hurricos' job? Well, you might have noticed those little windmills all around the place. We just have to destroy those. So, pretty much just property damage. This is a pretty easy one. You don't need the Super Flame power-up in order to do this one. You don't need the Super Flame power-up to do any of these. It's just easier with it. There are a few that are actually a bit more difficult, and that would be the speedways. That guy went flying. So, we just have to destroy these windmills all around the place. You can charge into them, or I believe you can just regular flame them as well. It just helps with the super flame, because then you don't have to fly all over the place, since you can just aim with the triangle button and then just hit them from afar. There's not that many, so fire that. And there you go. Now, the annoying thing about the skill points in this game is the fact that you cannot get the same skill point again. This is something that they sort of fixed in Spyro 3, so I was having a problem because my LP file actually had a lot of skill points that I didn't realize about. So I ended up doing one of my other 100% files that had less skill points, and I was able to do most of them in this. So, just kill all the gear grinders. Or was that what they were called? I forget. All I know is that this robot and the guy with the wrench were actually the inspiration for Ratchet and Clank, so yay, I guess? Now, you don't need to destroy the big windmills. I just destroyed them just in case, because I didn't know for a fact or not. So, just continue to cause property damage. We're just about done here. Just blow that up. Now, there should be one. There's actually one that is actually hidden, and I guess that was their way of trying to make it that you had to look for it, and that's the one right here. That's the only one that's truly hidden. Other than that, not really as much. It's actually interesting, too, because right after this, we're going to go to the Speedway, the Ocean Speedway, to do that skill point, and I actually don't have to cut it all because I did it in my first take. So, just simply destroy everything, and there you go. That is a skill point, and since I'm already here, I might as well murder everything. So, you need to die, and then watch as these parts go flying. Alright, so, that takes care of everything in Hurricos. So, hit pause, exit the level. I didn't want to show the cutscene again because I've already done it before. Alright, so now all we need to do is we need to go to the Ocean Speedway. Ocean Speedways and Speedways in general have a different way of getting their skill points. To do that, you have to do it in a certain time limit. For Ocean Speedway, we have to beat it in at least 1 minute and 10 seconds. Now, the Speedways are actually a little bit more difficult when you have the Super Flame power-up, simply because you don't have the Flame Breath, which has a wider reach. You have a charged shot that has that doesn't have as huge of a hitbox. But just follow what I'm doing and you should be good. So, first off, fly through the rings. Pretty simple. You know, just fly in rings. Something that stayed in a lot of the Spyro games. Right? And instead of going to those rings right there, what you do next is you go and wreck these guys' days by destroying their cars. Because, you know, Spyro's a dick like that. The insurance for this must be outrageous. Especially since when you hit these, you get more time. Alright, now you have to go to the boats. The boats is what makes this part actually difficult, simply because of the fact that you don't have a wide range anymore. You have wide area anymore. You have a wide range, so you can fire it. And as you can see, I got lucky there because early on, I actually hit one of the boats without me realizing it. So, last but not least, you just have to fly through these rings, and I should get this in about 109. Normally, you can get it in about 107, but I screwed up a little bit. So, all in all, it's still good. As long as you get the skill point, all is good. So, since we're actually wrapping up close to the end of Ocean Speedway, where are we going to go next? We're actually going to go to, what is that level called? Aquatic Towers, I believe is what it's called. I actually have that area sped up, because that one's a bit more of a problem, and I couldn't really record it that well. So, speed up now. So, what you have to do is you have to put the water all throughout the level, and what we have to do is destroy the seaweed. This one is perfect when you have the Super Flame power-up, because only the Super Flame power-up can actually destroy the seaweed. It actually takes a while, too, because some of the seaweed is actually pretty hidden, and unfortunately, in my case, I get lost a couple of times. So, we're going to be here for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like another 2 minutes or so. And that's just because I go around looking like an idiot trying to find the rest of the seaweed, and I'm going, oh, maybe I should have, you know, practiced this beforehand. But wait, I couldn't have practiced this beforehand, because if I did, then I would be able to show you getting the skill point. Now, don't jump into the water right there, because the sharks will instantly kill you. So you have to talk to Moneybags, and you have to go into the thing again, go all the way around, and then you have to go underwater and shoot it. You know, just randomly. I don't know why. Alright, so now go back down in this way, and make sure you kill all the sharks, because remember, sharks equal instant death, including metal sharks. Alright, and swim through here. We got that. Some seaweed right there. I'm actually lucky that I didn't miss any seaweed around there, otherwise I probably would have been here for a lot longer than I was. Of course, me being here for as long as I am, it's not as good, really. Right, so this was me just looking down through here, seeing if there was any seaweed in there. I realized that there wasn't, so I decided to go up top through here, and this is where the rest of the seaweed is. The only problem is, this is a big area, and I got lost trying to find seaweed. But once we get this, we will have another skill point, which means there is only one skill point that is left in Summer Forest, and that is the boss skill point. Boss skill points in this game are all similar. Basically, go through the entire boss without getting hit once. It's extremely easy with the Super Flame power-up, as the Super Flame power-up will instantly take down 1 health for all of the bosses. It's a little bit more difficult when you're doing it with Crush, though, because Crush doesn't really lose health. He ends up losing health when he gets hit by the rocks. So, now we're going to go to Crush's Dungeon. Crush's Dungeon actually did take me a little bit. I had to reset a couple of times when trying to do it, only because I wasn't jumping high enough when I was fighting Crush, and I was just being stupid. But here's something interesting. If you actually hit Crush while he's still doing that, he doesn't go and instantly hit it down. He just stands there. It's kind of weird. I realize that, and you can trigger that every single time. I think it's just a little glitch because you're hitting him before he's supposed to actually begin the battle. So that's a problem. So simply just fire it through. Super Flame Power makes it easy because Crush can easily get hit. The only part for this battle that you have to really watch out for when doing this is when Crush goes after you, and other than that, everything else should be good. So this is the last skill point, like I said, for Summer Forest. After this, we're going to be going to Autumn Plains. Autumn Plains has quite a few. One of them was actually the last skill point I ended up getting, so you might see a bit of a weird order because I didn't realize it. And I might actually combine in that one with the Winter Tundra because both of those don't really have as many skill points as Summer Forest did. There are only 16 skill points total in this game, so that's always good. You don't need all of them to unlock a little special extra that I'm going to show off. But since people were going off on me saying that's not a true 100% run unless I got all of the skill points, might as well get all the skill points, right? And also, might as well fight this boss again. Which actually, I like Crush. Crush is probably my favorite boss in this entire game, and that's probably because of more of my childhood. So, one more hit, and Crush is defeated, and we will get a skill point. So, let us just run around like crazy. And so ends Crush. And, as you can see, we got a life. So, anyway, guys, gonna end it off right here. Roxas1359. See you guys next time.